Hello everybody. In this session we're going to talk about how to import points from an external file into your Civil 3D drawing. So I've got an empty file here. I want to import some points. I've been given this text file. This could be a ASCII text file, it could be a CSV or any other number of different formats, but I'm going to try to import this point file into my drawing. So I'm going to double click on that text file. I'm going to take a look at it. Now I have to be sure on what these columns represent. So I happen to know that the first column here is point number, and then I've got my easting, northing, elevation, and my point description all separated by commas. Okay, I have to remember that because that's going to be very important. Now, in order to import this point file, I need to make sure that I have a point file format that will accommodate that particular point file. So I'm going to pop over into the settings tab. I'm going to go and expand out points, and I'm going to expand out point file formats. Now in the list here you might find one that matches what you're looking for. So we're looking for point number, easting, northing, elevation, description, comma delimited. So if I see something in there that looks like this, it looks like that might work, I can go ahead and just double click it and make sure it's going to fit my point file that I'm looking at. So it has a default file extension, and we can change whatever we want here. It looks like it's delimited by comma, and I've got a number of different point headings here, point number, easting, northing, elevation, and description. So this one looks like it's going to work. It will accommodate my point file that I'm looking at here. Okay, so that should work just fine. If you don't see one in the list and you need to make a new one or copy and make some edits to an existing format, you can go new by right-clicking on point file formats, and in this case we're not using a database file, we're using just a standard point file, whether that's a text file or a CSV, and I'm going to say OK, and then I can come in here, give it a new name, determine how it's going to be delimited by. So is that going to be delimited by a comma or maybe a space or whatever other type of format delimitation you have in that file, and then I'm going to assign the columns. So I have to make sure I take a look at my point file, and I'll have to match that up to these column names here. So in this case, if I wanted to make one that was from scratch that will accommodate my Bear Mountain text file, I will go point number, say OK, and then just go through here and specify my easting, northing, elevation, and description. Okay, so that's how you can go ahead and assign those point files for your new file that you want to import. Okay, so now once you've got a point file format that will work with your file, you can pop over into the Prospector tab, and you can right click on points and go create points. This will bring up your points toolbar. And in the points toolbar here, you've got a little button at the very end called import points. So I'm going to select that, and I will go ahead and select the file that I'm looking for. And in that case, it's going to be under Bear Mountain. There we go. And I'll go ahead and make sure that I picked the correct. Right now it's set to ENZ, easting, northing, elevation, comma delimited, but notice that I'm missing my description column. So I want to make sure that I use the one that will fit this particular format, and that's going to be my point northing, easting, elevation, and description. So there, everything looks good there. I can add it to a point group right on the fly. So if I want to create a new point group and call it new points, it will automatically create that point group and dump all of these points into that point group. All right, we can leave these advanced options as is. Go ahead and say OK, and then those points will get imported. I can do a zoom extents, and that'll show me my points, and they'll be all listed there. And I should get a new point group here called new points, and that's got all my points listed in that group. And that's about it. Thanks everybody. Bye now.